For many, it's an accomplishment to finish a marathon, but a team from Coon Rapids has much bigger goals. We found out how living and training here helped 3 men finish in the top 6 in the Twin Cities Marathon, with thousands chasing them.
When I'm in competition, I laugh when I have people behind me.
So I want to run my personal best to win some marathons here in US, because it is my first time to be in US. And I want to be a champion here in US. But I would like one time to run Olympics.
And also, I would love to do the Olympics, which is next year. But of course, it depends on the training.
Winning marathons or half marathons and competing in the Olympics are lofty goals for many runners. But for members of this club, those dreams aren't far from reality. Jibishi Yator has won 5 half marathons since July.
It was so good. I was so happy because it's my first time. It was my first time to be there.
Her winning 13.1 mile times ranged from 1 hour 22 minutes to 1 hour 14 minutes and 40 seconds, faster than thousands of women and men. Did you have an expectation to win the half marathon?
Yeah, sure. I had, because I was strong enough and I knew I could win.
No strangers to success, 3 members of the Doomer running team placed in the top 6 in the Twin Cities Marathon last month.
We should have finished 1, 2, 3, but we finished 4th, 5th, and 6th. Why settle being good while there's opportunity to be great?
Their path to the finish line began in Kenya, then went through Coon Rapids. David Two-Way shares his story through a translating teammate.
Everybody runs where I come from, but I can say I was among the fastest.
When I went to high school, I started like school competition.
All my life I love running. When I was young, I would do, especially in Kenya, it's not like here, so we usually go to school while running because it's far. There is no buses to take us to school, so that's why I grew up running, like 3 miles, 3 miles, 3 miles coming back.
David Two-Way, Kipchumba Chilimo, Jibishi, her husband Abraham Chalanga, and more all came to train in Coon Rapids because of one man.
In Kenya, we have a lot of time trials from agents coming from Europe, America, and Asia. So I went to Europe, but I didn't like the performance there. So I went back home, Kenya, for training, and that's when William Kosgei, my manager, came to for-time trial, and I got that opportunity to come to the US. It's because of my agent, William Kosgei, because he lives here in Coon Rapids, so that's why I'm here in Coon Rapids.
William Kosgei came to the United States from Kenya to run distance collegiately in New Mexico. He was later drawn to Minnesota for a reason many leave it.
I believe it was in 1999 when my brother-in-law, Joshua Kipkemboy, came and ran the Twin Cities. So I just came and see him, and I actually came and see him, and I kind of liked the place. I mean, it was different when you consider down south there's no snow. So when I came and to these Twin Cities, I realized, oh, there's something called snow, and I kind of liked it. So I moved back, and then decided to move and live here.
With his competitive running days behind him, William wanted to share what he's learned with others.
When I moved to Coon Rapids, I went to athletic office at Coon Rapids High School because I love running and I know what it has actually done for me. And I wanted just to give back. I wanted to get involved in motivating young kids to get involved in athletics, especially running. And I say, well, since I kind of have a unique perspective in running, Kenya has dominated the long and middle distance for quite some time. And I said, well, why don't I just go and teach these kids what I know.
4 months after joining the Coon Rapids High School cross-country team as an assistant coach in 2007, William had another goal: to develop world-class athletes from where he lives and where he came from.
Conception of the running club, to be able to have the kids from United States, in the near future, have them being able to go back to Kenya and train. Get to find out what does these people do to be able to dominate the long and middle distance. It's not like they're super being, but the type of hard work that they do and the struggles that they go through. And I want to be able to have kids, or even sub-elite runners go to Kenya and be able to experience that. They get to learn about the culture, who are these people, and also being able to come and realize how fortunate to be an American, how fortunate to be to have so many things that sometimes we can take for granted.
William named the group Duma, the Swahili word for cheetah, training fast runners to compete in major races.
You know, cheetah is actually one of those fastest and also bravest animals. In order for them to survive or to eat, they have to be on their toes.
William and his Duma team say there's no mystery to why Kenyan distance runners are so successful.
High altitude, and people like run.
Number one is altitude, and then number two is working really hard. We do a lot of training other than people seeing us competing in races. They don't know how much training we're putting in. We do a lot of training, over 100 miles a week.
For David Tuwe, who finished 6th in the Twin Cities Marathon, and his teammates, it's a yearly cycle going from their homes in Kenya to living and training with William in Coon Rapids.
Life has been really good, so good since I started coming to Minnesota. Yes, I have a family back home. There's a wife and 2 kids. That's why I come to the US, let's say twice a year. I usually come on March after winter, and then go back on July for preparation, and then come back in September.
Kipchumba Chelimo, who finished 5th in the marathon, says it's a difficult process, but a rewarding one.
First time, 3 mega things you have to train live. Training in the morning, speed walk, and recovery. What I enjoy in running with crew, meeting new friends.
They have helped me because, first of all, inviting me to stay here in Minnesota, and also taking me to races, and also the group training. We do training together, so it's good. It helps a lot.
William often brings his Duma team to train with the Coon Rapids High School cross-country team.
I could adjust my training, and then I could let them know when I'm free, when my training is not hard. Like today, I could go there in their school, or we come here and then we train together.
Abraham Chalanga, who finished 4th in the Twin Cities Marathon and won the Cleveland Marathon, has already returned to Kenya to train.
He has to prepare for the next year races. Yeah, you know, marathon is a long way. It's hard and it's not easy.
At age 36, David says he hopes his best times are still ahead of him.
I have a lot of goals, especially running under 2 hours 6 minutes in the full marathon. I have a lot of goals and hopes that I can do better than the way I'm doing now.
David and Kipchumba say they come back around each year for more than a chance at victory.
I love to be here in Minnesota and Coon Rapids. It's a nice people.
Life has been much better since I came to Minnesota.
4 Duma runners ended the season in Milwaukee on a high note, winning the marathons and half marathons for both men and women.